Early in the morning, the bright sun shines upon the sweet Ambon Island, brings in life at the bay. This bay is a doorway to the city of Ambon, busy with anchored boats. Ambon, as an entrance to the Maluku archipelago, is supported with the new international airport. Within the near future, will be open to international destinations. The island is 761 kilometers square, with 301,746 of population, and most of them are fishermen, clerks, and traders. As a society life depending on the ocean, they experience their life working so hard day and night. They use a conservative fish-catching technology with nets and fish hooks, also with arrows. This is their conscience to the nature conservation. People in a great number waiting at the beach for the fishermen catch with colorful buckets. The catch fishes are brought to the market to be sold to Ambon inhabitants. They remain living together, decently and kindly in practicing their lives. An interesting dance as a grateful expression of a happy life. The island consists of various religions and backgrounds, and they unite in this joy atmosphere. Ambon Island is an important part from the Maluku archipelago, which lays at the eastern part of Indonesia. Heading to Ambon, first fly to Makassar, which is the transit city from Singapore, Jakarta, and Bali. Continued then to Ambon, with available flights 3 to 5 times a day. In this area, there are more than 10 sites, and almost all of them have magical underwater site, with so different value in each sites.
Maluku adalah the Spice Island Exotic Marine Paradise, merupakan daerah kepulauan yang sangat berpotensi untuk perkembangan pariwisata, terutama wisata bahari. Untuk itu, pemerintah daerah Provinsi Maluku sangat mendukung peminat penanam modal untuk mengembangkan usaha di bidang keparawisataan.
At Latu Halat, diving is done from the beach or beach entry. Diving preparation is done carefully. The coral reef and the underwater fauna condition is very healthy. Coral reef spreads out in all walls and bottom of the sea. Different kinds of hard and soft coral reef have tremendous colors. Various kinds of sea animals lives in this area. The soft coral move gently with the rhythm of the water. Soft corals are colonies of polyps that do not secrete a calcium carbonate skeleton. They are also known as octocorals because each polyp has 8 feathery tentacles or multiples of 8 tentacles. Clownfish is one of the fishes who lives in a sea anemone. The anemone's tentacle will protect the clownfish from the enemy's sting. This fish is so small. After maturation, this fish can change to female. The biggest male will soon become female, and the second biggest male will be its pair. The colorful lionfish has many fins and colors. In these fins, there are poisonous spines. In the diving community, many of them claim that these fishes are much dangerous than sharks. The moray eel always hides itself inside a hole or in a coral's crack. This moray eel has a muscular body and has a small gill's hole, a big mouth with very sharp teeth. Branch is one of the most beautiful animals on the coral reef. This animal has a size between a few millimeters up to 20 centimeters. They also have a pair of sensory organs on their heads called rhinophora. The bright colors of the body is from the pigment from algae of which they eat. But with the shiny color, it is a sign for their enemies that they are uneatable. An odd thing from this animal is having both a male and female organs, but they are unable to fertilize their own eggs.
Diving in Ambon is great. I've dived in many places in Indonesia, and I have to say that here it has a special atmosphere. Maybe because there's not so many people, so you feel that you're really in the Indonesian society. You can be alone. It's not overcrowded like many other places, and the fish life is amazing.
In front of the north coast of Ambon Island is Seram Island. There you can find several beautiful diving sites. One of them is Tanjung Setan. Itu City is the biggest city on the north coast. The journey to the dive site can be made by local boat or a speedboat. The diving preparation begun. A dive check is needed to ensure safety among diving partners. Coral reefs in this area are dense and has minor damage. Beautiful colors from different kinds of reef spreads out in all walls and bottom of the sea. Coral fishes lives in the coral reef. More the coral reefs, more fishes around. In this place lives a gigantic Gorgonian reef, which is also a home for this tiny pygmy seahorse who hooks its tail to it. This tiny creature is very hard to spot due to the tiny size of more or less 1 centimeter. The color and the contour of the body imitating the Gorgonian. The male pygmy seahorse carry juveniles and the female watches over the male. Grouper fish has a slim body, which lengths from a few centimeters to 3 meters. Several kinds has a colorful scale. All grouper fish have big mouths. This head-foot animal is called cuttlefish. This kind of animal belongs to the molluscan family, which has mouth with tentacles or arms and adhesive suckers. As crustaceans, lobster has a hard-jointed skeleton on the outside of their body, an antenna, pincers and eyes on the end of stalks. Most crustaceans hide in the reef during the day and come out at night to feed themselves when there are less predators around to eat them. This flat-leaf scorpionfish moves sideways, so that looks like a leaf floating in the water. Fish seeks for prey at the sandy bottom. This fish has the same color as the sand or reefs. Therefore, it is difficult to spot this fish.
Yanlah sendiri.
In the study break time, kids play happily at the Latu Halat beach. Children laughing and playing with their friends are thankful to live this happily life. Diving is possible to do almost in the entire year, but the best diving time is between May and October. One of the dive sites on the south coast is called Pintu Kota, because the beach looks like a big hole forming like a gate door city. Sponge produce natural chemicals which they use to prevent other reef organisms from growing over them or crowding them out on the reef. Research shows that some of these chemicals may be effective medicines in the treating of cancer, arthritis, heart disease, and even AIDS. Napoleon fish is one of the biggest reef fishes. The length can reach more than 2 meters and weigh to 200 kilograms. They live in the reef cave, where it becomes their hiding place when avoiding enemies, and a resting place at night. Various kind and quantity of fishes at this dive site leads divers to name the Ambon and Maluku area as the heaven of fishes. On the east side of Pintu Kota, there is an underwater cave. This underwater cave is very interesting to dive, especially for the blue light which can be seen from far. We spotted a scorpion fish. This fish is in a cave hole, therefore difficult to examine. It is very important to be very precautious not to touch this fish, because spine sting can cause unconsciousness and coma. Mantis shrimp, which looks similar to a giant grasshopper, actually not a real shrimp, famous of its lightning fast strikes with their claw to catch its prey. This place is sometimes occupied by a hiding resting turtle. With beauty and kindness, Ambon Island and Maluku is waiting for you.